let's say he does.
He also
more.
uses his foot. I don't know if Waller's kick uses 2 feet.
No, that uses the other fist.
Kick with your fist. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The lore, very lore friendly, of course. So yeah, actually a semi-slow start based on some of the games that we've been seeing in this regional final, but
Yep.
obviously a very important series in terms of structural. Jump on to Abed mid. He gets the illusory orb off though. Forced out for now, as it looks like Dubu takes a tumble here. The Nightfall's right clicks.
It's tough to be Bane against these two heroes. You're very susceptible if you get caught out, and that happened for Dubu for the first time here. I think, you know, 1 death 6 minutes in this bottom lane is completely okay, as long as Luna is finding the farm that she needs, which seems to be the case. Tomato with a great CS baseline here with 37 at minute 6 is solid. At the same time, though, Nightfall now is also starting to ramp up. So with that kill, almost level 5.5, the Arteezy being pressured. This is going to get less and less inhabitable for Wraith King, by the way. When DP reaches level 5, this starts getting really nasty when she has 3 Spirit Siphon charges. You do have the protection of Glimpse to cover you, but not going to be easy. They might want to bring Tusk up here sometime soon. That will align nicely with Nightfall getting some solo time bottom anyway right now to get that level 6. It's going to TP mid to refill for now, though.
You can see a couple members of TSM making their way towards the top lane. We'll see if they end up trying to go for Arteezy before he hits that very important level 6. But they might run into support first. JRX is going to find them. But the other way around, I suppose, is Nightmare's there with the pounce to follow. This should be a relatively easy kill. The glimpse does come out, though, but the Saberlight coming through. Definite kill going the way of TSM. Arteezy's going to be just fine, at least for now.
So they made the move first. This is the move that Tusk could have also made for crit, but opted to TP mid to refill Abed's bottle, and then the trick to top lane would have taken too long. But here we go. This is what was going to happen.
So, what kind of like after the laning stage? What options? Like, how do you like TSM's lineup against the Brood in general?
I think it's pretty decent.
Ember's pretty good. Luna can be pretty good. I mean, Crypt Swarm. Yeah, there's a lot of options to kill with spiders, at least.
They can solve it, and I think one of the strongest things to have against Brood in general is BKB piercing lockdown as well. They have Fiend's Grip, which can be very handy. Brood has this ability to come in from odd angles, and Bane, if he catches you in any vision, just brings you down.
Crit.
Very dead.
He's been standing still for about 10 seconds.
All right.
Gets ball though. Ooh, nice ice shard, but he's actually stuck inside them himself. So just gonna get a couple right clicks to come through before his inevitable death. But Abed comes in with the coil, and that's gonna be a kill on Debrile as a result. Illusory orbs to safety. Jerax getting chased. Don't think they're gonna go any further though. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Definite favor going to EG as the mid laner, where TSM drops.
Yeah, a little bit too late on the Boundless Strike there for Moon Meander. The chains had ended, so Snowball could come off, and he ends up whiffing that. So, all mistake costs them quite a lot, actually. Arteezy, look it out. And looking for the tower trade here is Saberlight. Obviously, they lost their bot tower quite a while ago, so he's trying to equalize and get that space. But I love this from Nightfall. I feel like Brood players don't do this enough. Like,
They just sit in their own lane and they never move, right?
this move is very good, in my opinion. And it's forcing a lot of reaction.
Yep. Oh, fast snowball as well. Moonman just evaporates under the tier 1 tower, but more TPs have come in the form of Saberlight, so it'll be a trade. Support for support. It did require basically the entire team from TSM to try to defend that, and they do. Yeah. So a lot of resources.
You're pulling them ultimate, which gives Arteezy the space top. Like, the tower did end up falling anyway. If Brood could have done this 30 seconds earlier, that would have been absolutely amazing, but I still love the play regardless, just for the amount of pressure it puts on the map. And now he's back to inhabiting the bottom jungle, can choose his next move, whether that's to pressure the bottom tier 2 or look for another invasive play in mid. You do have the puck coil this time around, so Abed could set him up very nicely to do a lot of damage. And the Brood Spiderlings are nothing to scoff at against a hero like Ember if he's caught in coil. They can definitely be the difference maker between life and death. He's going to flank around on Saberlight.
Yeah, trying to get the surround on him. The Illusory Orb not going to connect, but the Waning Rift is enough with the chase potential from Nightfall to take out Saberlight. Boundless Strike, a couple of spiders, but this tower might have to be given up now from TSM's perspective. Still at half HP, but
It's a goner. They didn't use coil either.
It's Dunzo. So it looks like Nightfall is going for the Orchid build.
Middle tower has fallen.
What kind of itemization? I mean, Yule's is pretty standard on DP. I mean, we've seen Yule's on Ember, but Not sure if he wants to focus on that yet because he did go for the Maelstrom. It feels kind of bad to go Yules after like a Maelstrom or something.
I think we go Maelstrom BKB this game. I think that looks really good. You want to have BKB against Disruptor and Puck. I think that's stable.
Oh, this could
Tomatoes
be a
in trouble.
huge kill for EG. Oh my god.
You see him.
They do. There's a Thunder Strike, Snowball to follow. And a very easy kill for EG. Nice rotations overall. Come from behind. A 1K lead for EG. And looking at the net worth, I mean, got to give credit to Bryle. Still top net worth overall in the game. And Brood, we're kind of used to seeing this hero up there as, you know, as long as he gets a little bit of space, which Nightfall has had. But really, if you look at the net worth, really the biggest discrepancy is the supports, I guess, between the two teams.
DP is also 1,000 behind the Brood, right?
Yeah, true.
The supports as well, definitely looking better overall on EG.
Really chasing a bit here with the Spirit Siphon. Don't think he's going to follow up anymore, as Abed was in the area as well.
The question now for EG becomes, so a lot of the time with Brood games, it's kind of straightforward what your next play is. I don't think it's that clear cut here. Now you've taken the bottom and the mid tower. What's the next goal? Is it bottom tier 2? Does that seem realistic against this lineup? Are you going to farm up for the Orchid and try to assassinate, say, the Bane or maybe even the Ember around the map? Because I think TSM are too good to just give up this bot tier 2. I just don't think that's going to happen. They will turn it into a fight, and they will be strong in this fight with Ember Maelstrom. So, yeah. Very curious where EG go from here. Some Brood games, you kind of get stuck almost. Where it's like, you
now
really
what?
want to take the next thing, and you're just kind of locked in place.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, based on past Broods, if we're talking like way back, that felt more so the case. Where now you can actually join fights at least, right? That's kind of a big difference of this hero.
It's definitely better than it used to be in that aspect, but
But still thrives on what it used to do back in the day as well. So 2K lead for EG. So again, farm slowly going in EG's favor. And do you expect that to continue if there's no big fights, or is that really just the tower difference?
They might get slightly more out of the map depending on how well they can control the top half. You ideally want to cut Luna off from farming too much up there.
Verax does get off the glimpse. Saberlight with the oh, okay, the wand keeps them alive a little longer, but the sleight of fist to follow from Bryle. That'll be an easy kill for TSM. Nightfall has a ton of spot. Oh my! It's actually so funny seeing that, like, literally 5 seconds later at that ridiculous range. Still kind of, it actually looks so strange.
Do this.
So the reason this item is a match made in heaven for Ember is that Sleight of Fist hits once every 0.2 seconds. What's the internal cooldown of Maelstrom? 0.2 seconds. So every single time he jumps to a new target, he has the proc chance, regardless of whether he hit before, and it really adds up. And it also means that you get into these funny moments because you can do the math. If there's like 20 spiders and you don't proc enough chain lightnings, how many times? It can take a full 4 seconds to wipe out the entire army, right?
Yeah.
That's very unlikely unless the Brood has pipe, that you don't kill them at some point with the Maelstrom procs, but it definitely does take a while. You're gonna see the replay here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
doesn't look
13,
like he
14,
has that
15, 16, 17.
He doesn't have that thing binded.
That was actually 17.
To separate his spiders. You gotta separate them now.
I mean, you still gotta click.
You gotta click. Oh, all right. Ember Spirit. Bryle getting initiated on. It's gonna be the coil into. Oh, nice balance back on the 3 coming from Moonmeander, trying to get off his ult as well. We're gonna try to turn this around on the crit. Looks like they might be doing so as Dooku comes in into the fray as well. It might be a trade of sorts. No, Moonmeander actually lives, and the grip on top of Abed. No illusory orb for another couple seconds. Somehow TSM turned this around into a Bryle double kill.
I love that Bryle immediately broke the coil. He just ran straight out, forced them to commit into him so his team could rotate and help out when he was going to inevitably disengage otherwise. And what a heads-up play from Moon. That was a wonderful boundless strike, setting that all up.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good stuff.
They've essentially evened up the game.
That equalized things.
But a lot of this feels like tower advantage anyway, so once these towers start falling in TSM's favor, it feels like they're leaning right now.
It's only one tower that EG are ahead by, right? It's the mid-tier 1.
That's 1,000 gold right there.
Roughly, yeah.
Nightfall trying to recover because his little babies keep getting destroyed. You know a lot about eating babies, Cinderin, lately.
Without
also,
context, that sounds very disturbing to the audience. But
maybe octopus in your case, not spiders.
Blessings.
I was
on
thinking
a
people.
loyal warrior.
Yeah, sure. I guess if you don't know either of us, that sounds really strange. I really apologize, and to any babies that I've offended out there. Yeah, this figure that the production keeps showing us with the spiders, how much gold they've been giving, that's going to be really interesting to see when we get to mid to late game. Because like even that boundless strike that we saw earlier from Moonmeander, that's a support Monkey King able to do that.
yeah.
That's a lot of farm for.
And that's a level 2 boundless only. So
Yeah.
when that boundless levels up, one boundless into Primal Spring can wipe out the entire wave of spiders pretty easily.
So in terms of the pace of the game, like you talked about how brood mothers get kind of stuck here. We're gonna watch Judy die. Require a static storm from Jerax.
Nightfall.
Nightfall, all right, he's gonna get Yules and completely surrounded. Gets off the Orchid, but another Yules to cancel the TP. Gets reinforcements on the way, trying to turn this around as well. They're gonna punch Ember into the air, and EG getting a good trade here. They're gonna get several heroes as EG have come in huge numbers. A triple kill for Arteezy. They do lose the Brood in the end, but that is essentially a 4-for-1.
I would love to see a replay of that, whether Monkey King has Boundless Strike up, because I think that's actually a crucial mistake.
Oh, wow. If they can get Tomato, this is going to be a full team wipe potentially, and it looks like it's going to be. My goodness.
It is.
Wow. Very uncharacteristic here from TSM, but EG doing a great job here of recalibrating.
Yeah, that was very, very nice. I think, so what ended up happening there was that they used 2 Yules, right? So use the Boundless on the spiders here, so that's on cooldown. Saberlight is going to use the Yule to connect on Nightfall.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And then as he starts TPing here, now they use the second Yule, and this, you know, that's a lot of time for both teams to react. You're essentially, quote-unquote, saving Brood for as long as you cancel his TP. And it gives all of EG's heroes time to rotate and TP for that 5 seconds combined Cyclone duration between the two.
That's going to lead to a potential Roshan for
It's a
EG.
really good play call.
He's already at half health, and well, you can see TSM started to rotate in the area. It's only a couple of heroes, so this might just go the way of EG uncontested. Especially with all these brood webs they have to get through. Yeah, that's going to be a freebie for EG. So Aegis on Abed.
Makes a lot of sense. The carry is Wraith King. It's 2 lives already, and your Puck has proven to be susceptible.
All right. Crit trying to go high ground to get, I would assume, a ward. But not happening yet. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna catch potentially a Nightfall. No. But
They want to push him in here for sure with Exorcism if possible.
Another Yule, so they're out of Yules now, but the Static Storm onto 2. EG trying to turn this around despite being down 4 versus 5. And they will find the DP right away. But there's the Ember Spirit, trying to do as much damage as possible. Gets out of that Puck Coil just as it dissipates. Looks like Moonmeander takes a tumble. So 2 for nothing as EG now in full numbers, still with that Aegis to work with. Dubu might be the sacrifice if they can catch up here. Tomato wanting to farm, but just has to flee. Ice Shards blocks in Dubu. That'll be a 3rd kill going the way of EG in this mini engagement. So all of a sudden, the game feels like it just turned dramatically in EG's favor. All predicated on that pretty big fight.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna fight Tomato.
Oh, not again. Tomato has to pop the BKB TP.
Tusk is almost there. Crit has the drums, but I don't think you were connected in time with
Where's the blink, Crit? Huh?
Yeah, why don't you buy Blink instead of drum? You need to stop saying bruh.
I know. It's addicting. What can I say? It's just so stupid.
Radiant's top
Speaking of
tower
blink,
is under attack.
we have one now on Abed. He'll go along with the Witchblade. He is quite farmed. Top 3 net worth right now. That Boundless Strike. Okay, they're going to try to go on top of Arteezy. So this is going to be life number 1. Exorcism is popped as well. There's the kinetic field. There's no static storm to follow it up with. There's Nightfall on the rest. Oh my god! Saberlight evaporates. Moonmeander gets off his ult. But again, this is just a support Monkey King. So they're just going to ignore him for the most part. And he just dies. Dubu looks to be next.
Oh, the coil too?
Oh boy. Coil. No, he's fine.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bri at the very least will live,
Radiant's middle
so
tower is under
2 cores
attack.
live for TSM, but all they get is a reincarn, and I mean, what level is Arteezy right now? He's 15, so 100 seconds without that second one.
Jerax finds this.
Oh boy. Tomato. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Gets off the oh wait. Why are we looking at him? Static sword. Oh, armlet toggle from Arteezy. Tomato pops the BKB, but it's not gonna matter.
Oh,
Arteezy,
that was very close. In all fairness,
that was not close at all.
Yeah, that was 0.2 seconds from killing Arteezy there. I'm pretty sure.
My goodness. Well, either way, EG get the better of all of that. There are no trades to come, other than maybe the cooldown of that reincarn earlier, but it's going to be coming up relatively shortly now. EG have a firm grasp on this game, kind of out of nowhere. And we've seen this, not obviously this is just game one of this best of 5, and even this game's not over, but we've seen a lot of these DPC regions. Actually, it's not just this season, but throughout the history of Dota. You have an upper bracket and you lose to the team. You go through the lower bracket, gain some momentum, play them again. You've learned from your mistakes.
Radiant's
And
bottom
we're seeing EG kind of
doing
that right now.
Are fortified.
Meander. Yeah, he wants to try to push these waves a little bit. Balance strike only onto the Wraith King.
That's more like it.
There's a creep, but it's not really going to matter either way. Just delays a bit. Because EG still have this Aegis for another minute or so. So Arteezy sporting the Armlet, Deso, Blink Dagger. We'll be going for the Assault next. Plate mill already. And Reincarnation is back, and it's now level 2, so not a ridiculously long cooldown anymore.
I wonder if they are thinking about forcing high ground here with the Aegis still intact. At least with Tomato showing top, they want to force them to come back, and they will do that. Shard on Disruptor. He's very fast.
Oh yeah, I love that.
His AoE is so huge, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they had to, because that thing's terrible. I mean, they have to make that thing really good to be 1,400 gold purchasable for a Disruptor. You know? And now it's actually quite good. I like it. One of the cooler shards in the game, for sure. Arteezy definitely want to initiate. They want to use this Aegis, I would assume, but maybe they just sit tight. I mean, they have map control. They have the farm advantage, obviously.
It's running out in 10 seconds, so...
Yeah, a little too late then. This tier 2 tower is almost dead. You can see TSM just grouping up. Wanting Arteezy to take the bait and get off the stun on the tree, actually. So Moonyan, it looks like he's going to die. Nope. Exorcism, Balance Strike to follow. That's going to be life number 1 for Arteezy. Then Fielder Spot, Nightfall pops the BKB in turn. There's the Eclipse from Tomato coming from the other side. Trying to focus everything on Arteezy. Looks like he might get him. Nope, the Armlet Toggle keeping him alive again. Ryle ends up getting coiled, but Abed taking the brunt of the damage. Somehow nobody has died from EG. There's the Lucid Beam and the right clicks to come. Nice Yule, Nightfall, somehow staying alive. Finally, the first kill of this engagement for TSM with that Sleight of Fist. And they're going to get Arteezy sticking around with that armlet toggling as well.
Sick fight from Bryle. That was really good. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Thank you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sick fight, bro.
Bruh.
Was most welcome.
In the club.
Subscribe.
Yeah. It's got to be a BKB for Bryle as his grand reward in 400 gold. So that's definitely going to change things. And yeah, EG, I actually really like Arteezy's mindset of, okay, we have this offensive ward. I see Monkey King. Let's just go kill him right there. But he didn't have any backup on that jump. So he can't do it alone. He needed a little bit more. Just an orb and a waiting rift or... Okay, that's a lot of laughing.
Let's do this.
You're jealous?
It's just their laughs just mean more to me than yours does.
Oh. Because it's not human.
Yes, that is why.
You associate with non-humans?
This is a leading question. I plead the fifth.
Okay. Fifth what's in there? Arteezy level
The
17
fifth
now.
apartment.
And I believe EG are going to smoke now. So
Only 3 hero smoke here.
Yeah, Roshan doesn't really have a spawn time as of yet. Another minute and we'll know. And that'll be a... I mean, if EG get the second Rosh, that might be a wrap on this game.
Tomato showing.
Tomato. Oh, Great Fire Blast. And stun locked into death. Dude's going to get blocked. Beautiful Ice Shard again. You can see why Crit is considered one of, if not the best Tusk in the world. I mean, that's kind of the issue when drafting against a team like EG, where you're banning heroes like Mars. Isn't really played in general, but obviously Nightfall destroyed within the last series. Now you open up heroes like Tusk. Like, there's just too many heroes to ban from an individual
poison
perspective.
Radiant's middle
Classic
tower
thing about
has
EG,
fallen.
they're very deep hero pools and massive variety in strategy.
And then Bulba picks 2 heroes.
Definitely being displayed here.
Kidding, Bulba. Well, not really, but we still love you.
8k lead though, looking very good for EG here. I love that smoke actually. It might look weird to do that with only 3 heroes, but you got to remember what the other team is thinking, right? The information that they have access to is they saw 1 hero pushing bottom a moment ago. They kind of know that Brutus in the bottom jungle area, but aside from that, everything is uncertain. And EG just go to where they think Tomato's going next to farm, and they get a big reward. That was a really nice smoke.
So let's talk about the next Roche, because this is going to be a pivotal part of the game, obviously, especially for TSM, if they're able to do something about it. How do you see their Roche contesting capabilities? Because you got Wukong's. It's not like the most traditional. It's not like you have a Mars arena.
They have good heroes here.
Changer's on this too. Raidfire Bats to try to counteract this. Nightmare's going to stay proud for a little bit. Balance right on the 3 to follow it up. Abe gets a beautiful foil on the several heroes in the back. And Lumion is going to be the first to fall. But look at EG. They've already lost 2 heroes. And now Abed and the rest have to run away. But that's the Exorcism pop. We'll see if they try to reset here.
What a nice Nightmare from Dubu. Very clutch. He has no items. He has boots, windlace, and a little horsey. And he gets in there and gets a clutch Nightmare onto Bryle. Get him out of that 1 stun so that he can BKB, turn that fight around. And EG really took the bait on that. Don't blame them for it. That looked so juicy. But alas, it was not a steak.
It was mutton. Is that like the lowest quality meat? It's pretty bad. Ahmed wants to go in. Okay, Roche is extremely low. He's going to blink in. Gets off the heels, but now Tomato takes the Aegis. They have to be careful. Eclipse is going to follow suit here. They've already lost Dubu, though. That's the first life from Arteezy, so EG look to want to fight this. Now the Exorcism is down, and they're going to reap the rewards despite not getting the Aegis. They're cleaning up pretty nicely. Saberlight trying to run away with that Spirit Siphon, but this is going to be the death of Arteezy now. So the Aegis helping carry TSM in this fight. Bryle gets glimpsed out, but Tomato trying to focus down Crit. Kinetic Field holds him in place. So EG, they lose Arteezy. They get rid of the Aegis in theory here, right? Well, not in theory, in practice.
Yep.
But I'm not sure how much that changed. I mean, obviously the death of Arteezy is the big deal.
Yeah, that's pretty big. They also got the shard, right? That was Roche number 2.
Oh yeah, that's
So I think the shard went on Luna. It looked like Tomato was trying to ground cast a Lucent Beam there toward the end to kill the Tusk, if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, he's the only one with shard on his team, and I know that Abed. Well, Abed doesn't have it.
He did not steal it.
Abed used just as Roche was dying, so he had no real opportunity to take anything. I mean, that was a good attempt, but that was actually extremely close to being able to steal several things.
Yeah, and he also forced spells on him, right? I think some of the Yules were offensive from TSM, so they didn't have that in the follow-up fight when the rotation came in from the other teammates, but they still stood their ground and were able to fight, like you said, because of the Aegis on Tomato. If he doesn't have that, that's a really bad fight for them. But as it stands now, EG had a 9k gold lead. Now it's down to 2. And I would say with every passing minute, this Radiant lineup scales exceptionally well. DP is going to get BKB now. Luna has the completed Scotty. You've got Ember working on a Shiva's Guard. Orchid on Monkey King. They're all getting stuff. Bane even got a Ghost Scepter now. Very nice. It feels good to have an item and to be a gangsta, and Dubu has both.
He doesn't even have a neutral.
That's true. He sold his horse to buy a Ghost Scepter.
Okay. If only that's the way it works.
I wonder what he's getting. Is it the... Alright, Psychic Headband. Good item.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one, actually. Extra cast range for the win. Nightfall. You can see segregation here from river to river. Abed. Create a little bit of space here. Nothing will come of this. Very tense moment here. So very tense indeed. Game 1 of this best of 5. We see the AC finished officially now on Arteezy. Okay, Boundless Strike does miss. And that's one thing we should mention for TSM. They don't really have a traditional, I guess neither team really. Maybe Puck to some degree. They don't have a traditional like initiator for TSM. Feels like Boundless Strike from the trees is kind of like their initiation process.
Slide chain is, you know, also
Yeah, from a range.
it isn't an initiation, but it doesn't really work in the same way as like a hex or a stun, right? You just Lotus Orbit off, or Yule it off, or get BKB. So yeah, it's definitely, it's a bit of a dance, really. That's the kind of fights that Ember loves. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem for TSM that they don't have the best initiation capabilities like that when EG aren't able to get the kills immediately when they jump, right? As long as they get to weave and reposition and cast their spells, largely because of Dubu with a Nightmare or because of a Monkey King stun, and they can regroup and get BKBs off, they can definitely stand their ground and deliver. Like, Luna is exceptionally strong in this kind of game, honestly, at this point. If Tomato gets to press his BKB and just get to work, he's going to quickly kill off all the spiders to get the Moonclave bonus damage in the fight, and then he's going to Eclipse.
Yeah, going for very stat heavy. A lot of times we see Daedalus after this point for Lunas, but is opting for Satanic, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Satanic is necessary. When you already have the Scotty, like you said, Daedalus could definitely be a nice pickup here
He's
too.
not only killing, he's killing Pike afterwards as well, so ultra defensive.
Yeah, that is very defensive. But I guess their mindset is we just need to survive in fights. Extended fights favor us because we have Ember, because we have Exorcism, and we, you know, our spells that we can use twice in a fight, like Monkey King Stun and you know, just Lucent Beams over time with the Shard, is probably good enough actually. So I think there's merit to both builds.
And smoke now from TSM. They finally, okay, wait. Spoke a little too soon there, Cindy.
They finally
will get the tower. They might be denied though. They finally will see this tower get very low, and then we'll finally see it die to the right clicks of Saberlight. Well done. I mean, that is a 32-minute tier 1 tower in mid.
Took their sweet ass time with that one.
Hey, look at how much map control they have right now. That's without a mid tower. That's actually kind of insane. But obviously, this game is pretty deep in now. We've made our way into the mid game for sure. And we'll see what EG wants to do as they are amalgamating into the bot lane.
This is dangerous, in my opinion, what EG are playing. They're playing with fire here. This can get punished super hard if they're not careful.
Boundless Strike out two, but a Static Storm immediate response. Not really going to do too much as the Puck Coil onto 2 in the back. Feels like EG have kind of wasted a couple spells.
Yeah.
And now they have to retreat.
If they commit into the enemy base like that without getting a kill in the first 5 or 10 seconds, they're in really big trouble. And they know that. They go for a poke. They hope they can get an easy kill. They couldn't. And that move is just over. It's very dangerous because if Arteezy were to go and hit the tower, he could get slide chained or just slowed down by stuff. And if his first life is down, they
sometimes they're sticking around even further without these stupid cooldowns. There's the punch from Crit, trying to hold Saberlight in place. Crit's going to take all the damage in the world and will drop to the deck. So 5v4 advantage TSM. First light for Arteezy going to be up. Well, that reincarnate Saberlight Company completely surrounding him with that exorcism, but he is so fast. The Spirit Sight is going to slow him down. There's the Searing Chains as well. Down goes Arteezy. And it looks like Nightfall is going to be next. He pops the BKB, but really to no avail. Double kill for Bryle. And they'll be able to find Disruptor as well. So likely 4 deaths for EG. I'm surprised that they even stuck it around that area of the map, not having any of these cooldowns. I mean, that's no Puck Coil, and that's no Static Storm. I feel like you don't want to ever fight at this stage without those.
And that's just being pinged out here by Abed. Guys, I think they have a ward here, and he's right. They've had that ward for about 3 minutes now, and that is what just prompted that go from TSM. That was a very easy decision to make with those spells on cooldown and with the vision you had.
Dire's middle tower.
No problem taking those 4 kills. And probably a mid-tier 2 here for Tomato. There's 30 seconds on 3 enemy heroes, 2 of them being cores. Feels pretty safe getting to work here. Might show some respect? Nah. Let's go again.
He's taking apart his Mask of Madness.
Dire's middle tower
Has the casual Morbid Mask, but obviously the Satanic will be coming soon. And by soon, I mean literally now. He is so huge.
Still curing the Pike. I think a lot of players in this position will have the confidence to just turn this Quarterstaff into a butter. And then you could look for a Daedalus last instead of maybe your boots or your treads when you're sieging or something like that. Or instead of the Dragonlance even. I'm not sure at that point what you want to replace
Dire's
in this
top
kind of game.
tower is under attack.
It's a luxury problem. Definitely has the monies.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, kinetic field takes about half a second to materialize. Maybe the force staff aspect of that is something Tomato's looking to get out of. But then again, he has BKB. There's no Ags even remotely in sight. Jerax.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But yeah, we'll see.
It is decent value when you already have the Dragonlance, right? If he didn't have that and he was building it from scratch, it would feel pretty bad, but this was obviously a part of his build-up
Dire's
from the
top
beginning,
tower
so...
has fallen.
Tier 2 tower taken out in the top lane in favor of TSM, who now have a 4K lead. Ryle continuing to have to stick around in this bot lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Push out these creeps. Okay, Static Storm is used. That's going to be a freebie on Dubu.
So
Here,
Freeboo.
BKB. Freeboo. Oh, I see. So it's the buyback on the Bane.
Dire's bottom tower is
Lumiana
under
already
attack.
expended his ult in EG. They're just going to back up and potentially reset.
That's...
Oh, for Ryle. Okay, he's got that Aghanim Scepter, I believe. That's going to be the Lucent Beam. Jerax, inside his own kinetic field, will die.
This is still really good for EG.
Yeah,
Forcing a
Exo's
BKB
down.
and Exo out of that for a 1-for-1 trade and a buyback.
And that's a dieback
again.
Oh my, actually dies to the coil break.
Time to hibernate.
Abed kind of styling right now. Yes, I'm still with the advantage, but I feel like it's all about Roche. And Roche could respawn in 7 seconds. We'll see what the timer is. I mean, 60 seconds of no Dubu. If it spawns the next 30 seconds and they see it.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, it literal instant spawn, basically.
Yeah, it's up.
Holy crap. So this definitely favors EG if they scout it.
That's what's pointed out there. Puck sitting with the Psychic Headband makes the coil break really easy for him to set up on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point, Cinderin.
Absolutely perfect.
Thank you, Saberlight.
Speaking of Saberlight, I think the fact that you guys brought up Fly has the potential. I mean, what else would he be than coach of TSM?
That was Saberlight.
Yeah, the Saberlight's clone that looks nothing like it. One of the worst clones I've ever seen. This defeats the entire purpose of cloning. This is going to be the third Roshan of the game. TSM not going to get there in time. So that is Aegis
Radiant's
on
bottom tower is under
Arteezy.
attack.
Abed with the refresher shard.
Oh, Arteezy's going to immediately put it to use, maybe.
Yeah, well, they're going to see that he has it. I don't know how much they want to expend here. Kong's command. That is life number 1. Life number 2 is going to be pretty short here as well. And there it goes. Static Storm to try to buy him some save. Might be a little bit too early, though. A couple BKBs popped from TSM. Blink out immediately from Arteezy. That is a... We'll see if it's a wasted Aegis if they end up fighting again here, but feels like a wasted Aegis.
We are great.
So determined there. That was a very quick play from TSM. They didn't hesitate for a moment. Grabbing those two. And Arteezy should be happy that he gets to blink out. That was very close to being a Crypt Swarm on top of him when he respawned the second time. If that is right on top of him, he should not be able to blink out of the Aegis respawn, more than likely, and then he would have died a third time.
Is that how it works?
That is the price you pay, yeah. I mean, I guess technically if you frame Perfect Blink or something, I think maybe you can get out with a spell on top of you.
Can
but
you not shift blink? Isn't that frame perfect?
I think about it this way. You need to click it exactly how your hero is facing, right? Or there's a slight bit of turn rate.
Yeah.
I think if there's a Shiva literally on top of you and you respawn from Aegis, I don't know if it's possible to blink even if you do it perfectly. Maybe it is, if you have literally 0 degrees of turning.
Arteezy's gonna jump in now that he has that second life to work with again. The lower punch on top of Tomato as well. He's getting extremely low and dies. 90 seconds, no buyback whatsoever. And they're gonna focus now on Saberlight. And that is gonna be the death of him as well. A great turnaround here from EG. They just wait for that reincarnate cooldown and just pounce. That's a triple kill for Nightfall. And with no buybacks, this is probably Rax.
If EG knew this, they might actually go to try to end the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Ryle can do a lot of work here with just poking and prodding. But he needs to be careful. He can get axe coiled by Puck, who also has that refresher shard.
He has these remnants out, which, by the way, with that shard, I believe do damage over time.
45 damage per second, I think it is.
It's not that much. I thought it was
Slowly but steadily killing the wave.
Yeah, that's something. with the fortification to come as well, so this will slow things down. This has to buy 40 seconds. And of course, EG has no idea if these buybacks are ready or not.
Yeah.
They're playing it somewhat cautiously. But this
Arteezy
will
with
be...
the flicker. Arteezy with the reincarnation.
I just heard a cheese.
Radiant's middle.
Pretty sure I just heard it. Did he pop it on Nightfall? I guess so. Anyway, that's a full set of racks in favor of EG. They're going to continue on. Now they have a decent idea that there's no buyback. And even if they did, probably don't want to use it with 9 seconds left. But either way, EG going to play this safe.
Yeah, it's a big grab there. Getting a full lane, but nothing more than that. So
here's the cheese.
Oh, he died. So he died in like max radius of the fire remnant on the ground, I think. It was the burn from that got him when he was toggling.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, really doesn't matter. Reincarnation's up in 20 seconds, and EG will look to re-go perhaps. They do find a good fight here. I mean, they still have the advantage that they're sitting around with the refresher shard, right? Mm-hmm. That is currently on Arteezy to give him another life.
Okay.
A moment ago it was on Brood, and before that it was on Puck. So maybe they're just playing hot potato. Arteezy is it right now.
I feel like it is kind of a good thing in this regard.
It is.
That's the opposite of the game.
Arteezy isn't it right now.
But they gave it up again.
No, but you said it was a bad thing, a good thing. So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was very advanced.
All right, Bryle, level 26 now, goes for the 2 sleight of fist charges.
What do you think about the Wind Waker pickup? I guess he just wants to get out of coil.
Yeah.
It obviously makes sense. I'm just wondering if that is worth it. It's a very expensive item. Maybe he has to. It's possible he just has to.
I'm not the expert here, Cinder, but between him and Tomato, very defensive builds, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're lacking just a little bit of damage right now, where if Tomato went for like a Daedalus, then these fights would theoretically look a little bit different if they're going to expend that much gold on the Wind Waker, which is a good item for sure this game.
Yeah, the downside is if Puck does get that refresher shard back in his inventory, then you can dodge it once but not twice.
Right, then you get a refresher to double Wind Waker.
Yep.
You see?
Well, it is queued up, you're right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But probably not specifically for that. It's just a standard item for Ember to go in when you go magic build. You refresh all of your fire remnants, so you get that 5 extra burst. It's insane.
Well, TSM is full band smoked, full team smoked now, and that is an arcane rune on Ember, which pretty disgusting stuff. Well, what's the cooldown on Wind Waker now? 12.6 seconds. He could use it twice potentially, depending on how fast the coils are used.
Yeah. Well, so far it's only 1 coil because they're keeping the refresher shard on Arteezy for now.
Oh, true. Well, he can Wind Waker on the top of Arteezy's dead body the second time.
Is that the best teabagging in Dota?
It's pretty good. If you could high five during a Wind Waker, that would be the teabag essential.
Right.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, there's no real teabagging in Dota. Maybe that's something we can add in the next patch.
We have sprays.
Sprays need an upgrade, let's be real.
Taunts.
Not really taunt.
Crystal Maiden's taunt.
That one's good.
Dire's
Trying to deward.
is under
It's
attack.
now successful with the kinetic field. A pretty tense moment. It's a 6k lead for EG, but this is still honestly a very close game.
Oh,
It's a very dead monkey.
yeah.
Serving up down there.
No
They're dead.
buyback.
60 seconds, you're right. How close
Oh.
is he, though? Oh, he's not even remotely close. He must have just bought...
Well, he's out there all alone. No, it didn't buy BKB. That's 7 seconds. Scratch that. But he's out there all alone dewarding. I think that's a very dangerous proposition. You kind of want your teammates to be part of that move if you do want to try to reclaim that area. Going there alone is...
Right. I mean, what's the
very
play for
dangerous.
TSM? Because, like, once Moon Meander comes back up, what do they need to do? Because right now, it feels like they're resigned to their base, and EG are just starving them out of the map resources, because this lead is just growing little by little.
I think they're going to aim to get to Roche for the next one, probably. Tomato opting to sell his Dragon Lance now to be able to afford Butterfly for the next fight, so he's committed. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have access to the secret shop, so he can't really get his item.
Okay, so he did not go for the hurry.
No, he gave up on the pike.
Okay.
I also feel like you said, it's just too defensive, right? Did he get his... Wait, what's... it's Ember's courier flying around now. And Tomato. Okay, they're going on quite the mission.
Yep.
Mission accomplished for first courier.
All right. Will Ember's Courier make it as well? Has the plate mail on it right now. It is the Chicken Chaser Courier with the rocket launcher applied. Let's keep a tab on that. Yep,
Wait,
outside the terrain now.
What's it doing out here? actually.
Is he going for Shivas? What does he have?
He's queuing up Refresher, but he
Refresher.
can't afford the Perseverances.
Yeah, he has the plate.
Oh, he wants to sell the plate mail and buy it, I think.
Okay. Sure.
So gave up on his Shivas for that.
I like this that they're at least recalibrating like the thought process on like what the itemization should be. A lot of teams will just like pick something and never change it. You know?
But at the same time, it is also a major loss. Like, look how much gold they lost.
Yeah,
They were 6k behind a moment ago, and now they ended up selling a couple of items. They sold a plate mail, that's minus 700. They sold a Dragon Lance, that's minus 950, I think. So,
But now they feel like they've hit their power spike. They got the
That's true.
Refresher,
Now's the time.
Ember. They have Tomato with Daedalus. Or not Daedalus, but Butterfly. Okay,
Yep.
so he didn't go for the Daedalus first. So Crystal is into Butterfly.
Scanning.
yeah, they find this angle. This could be Big Moon Meander. Is getting some decent information here.
Yeah, they've been
Radiant's
scanned.
middle barracks has
So
fallen.
EG are well aware of the situation here. And I mean, this game is actually so tense. This is going to be the 4th Roche relatively soon. We'll know in about 30 seconds when that will be up. And I would think that that is the Roche that will end the game.
More than likely. And it could go either way. Like, TSM can win this fight and suddenly snowball the
Yeah,
game.
I don't feel like this 13k lead is... I don't think it's that much of a lead for EG. They're definitely in the driver's seat, but it's like an old man driving. You never know what's going to happen. So there's the Roche cam.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
another
Oh, hello.
instance. What? What
Radiant's
is going
top
on?
tower is under attack.
Super fast again.
Oh, this EG aren't ready.
No, they're not. Exorcism is popped. TSM going for the old Roshan number 4. This has
no
Ag,
idea.
Refresher Shard, Cheese, and Aegis.
They lack the information.
They lack a lot of information.
Oh, they're going to be kicking themselves.
I mean, they were not expecting a second Roshan to spawn that fast.
Absolutely perfect.
Look at these siege units, though, doing plenty of damage to this bottom racks, but it will be saved, I would assume, because Bryle doesn't really
That's
do
a
that much
real
damage.
feels Batman Arkham Knight.
Just pretend to understand that reference. So, Aghanim Scepter was...
Luna's?
Okay, Luna, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of good targets. Can obviously just toss them to the ground, but you can give it to Monkey King, you can give it to Ember. Ember's Spirit Bomb right now is wild. You give him 10 Remnants and Eclipse.
Yeah,
It's something.
that is pretty sick.
EG still have the big advantage of map control, though. They're just going to try to keep containing TSM, but it's just a matter of time before you would imagine they try to find an opening.
I mean, having to deal with 2 refreshers is pretty tough. Pretty tough indeed. Well, I mean, really what they can do, the big item pickup from EG is the Aghanim Scepter on Jerax. Yeah, being able to stop any BKBs or the Wind Waker or whatever the case may be. If you just get that kill, that could just be the game.
That's huge for sure. If you can Static Storm Bryle, that's game-winning material, but
Radiant's
that's a lot of
top tower
ifs
is
because
under
it's an
attack.
Ember with a million jumps and a BKB.
EG trying to go high ground. Saberlight pops the Shivas.
Hey, they're committing for
Okay,
this.
Brett gonna get off the snowball with the Wallace punch as well. They force out the BKB of Saberlight. Meanwhile, Bryle just decimating Jerax. And 1 kill for him, pops the Refresher. Getting to the other side inside the Wukong's command. They're gonna focus down Abed. Big kill for TSM. Abed does have the buyback. Crit. Walking all over the terrain. Spider legs for the win.
Actually got out.
Indeed. That's
Didn't guess the right pathing there, Bryle. So, all right, they're somehow getting out with only 2 deaths.
Oh, let's do this.
Honestly, out of all moments EG could have chosen to push, I'm really surprised this is the one they pick, right? Now you elect to go for it after the enemy team has Aegis, Refresher Shard, and Cheese, right? The Cheese is in the backpack of Luna currently. And you just run up to the tower with Arteezy and expect to get that. I mean, it's easy for us to say because they don't really have the same, you know, access to numbers as we do or whatever. But from my perspective, that was a little bit reckless. And maybe this was the try they should have done before the Roche spawned. If this was what they wanted, right? Could have done it 3 minutes ago.
Exorcism number 1 for Saberlight. They're going to try to force out this buyback from Abed. But either way, they don't have Jerax for the 20 seconds. They might have to give up this set of barracks at the very least. That'll even things up to that lane at least.
Luna DP are just so good at this stuff.
Indeed. Let's see if they transition for a little bit more. Full set of racks as Tomato waddles his way over to the top lane. So 22 seconds for Abed. Do they buy back? Doesn't look like it. The fortification's going to come up.
The tower will be down though, so Luna can get the second lane.
Still 10 seconds. They might try to go in a little bit early just to buy just a little bit of time here. Right, Fire Blast from RTZ is going to flicker it off. That is the tower down, and it looks like TSM are going to reset. Although RTZ really wants to go. Here's that Swift Link.